Okay, so here it is, just about 5 o'clock, and I'm in the morning, and I'm getting ready to head to another car meet, a swap meet that is, with a car show in it. And this time we're going to Galt, just south of Elk Grove in Sacramento. And I'll check back in with you when I get there. Well, it's a little after 5:45, and I'm here, as you can see, but I'm not real certain where show cars are supposed to go. I see where sellers for goods go. They're swap goods, but I don't know where the it's like a pre-staging parking lot. Okay, that's it for now. I'll let you know when I'm inside. Here we go. I'm here near a tree in sight. I'm gonna need the suntan lotion. It's gonna be a sunny day. Well, the fog's keeping things cool, which is nice. I'd rather be too cool than too hot, and I'm gonna have a breakfast burrito and a Red Bull. All right, chow down. You don't see these too much anymore. That's a 74 Mustang. I believe this is a 1970 AMX. 1970? 1969, excuse me. And yeah, very unusual car. AMX, American Motors. Too bad they didn't survive. Would have been nice to see them enjoy a little bit more success. I guess that's an AMC. AMC AMX. Yeah, the make is AMC and the model is AMX. I've seen this car before. It was at the Stockton swap meet in January 2022. I remember talking to this guy. He parked right next to me. This is a very unique car. Just a quick look around. Yeah, it's beautiful. And here's a 71 Cadillac Eldorado that parked next to my car. We got to keep the Cadillacs together, of course. Convertible at that. Very nice, very nice. Even has his mirror to show how good his stuff looks underneath. Nothing wrong with that. Love the tail lights. They kept the fins, but they did it a little bit differently than they do on the DeVilles. So this is yeah, this is really nice. Really nice. Notice I used the same speedometer cluster on mine. They didn't retool the factory just for the Eldorados. So that's really nice. Okay, we'll start it in the F section and work our way on the south end of the F section and work our way north. We've already seen this car. Very nice. The Volkswagen Bugs. Spring axle, it only has one point of articulation. Beautiful Monte Carlo. I already talked to this guy. Very nice. This is the quickest way for me to get pictures, and I don't have to be too far away from them using the half zoom feature. I wonder what that is. Anyway. Four-wheel drive Willys. That's very nice. Oh, an original Stingray Corvette. Very beautiful. Let's come up over this way. We've got a Mustang. GMC. There's the 71 Eldo again. The executive's choice. Very nice. There's my caddy. Nice 69 C10. Beautiful. And a Chrysler Imperial. Gorgeous lines on this thing. I forget what year it is. Maybe they give a year. It's a 63. 63. Okay, we work our way down the D section now. I remember this car when he came in. That's very unique. Nice Corvette. Some more pickups on their way in. Is he gonna back in? No. Okay. I feel like I've seen this car before. Plum Quick. I think so. All right. We're in the C's now. We're in the C's. That's real nice. Just back up. Beautiful car right there. How you doing? Okay. Very nice. Hi there. Okay.
All right, everybody, thanks for coming out. We got perfect swap meet weather, right? It's not gonna be.
And the Impalas take the A section, all the way against the west wall. Looking real good. Oh, I like this one. This is a 67. I don't know what that is, but it's nice. 610. I was way off. It's a 65. Okay. Very nice though. Okay, now we're in the G section. Nice Volkswagen bus. Let's go take a close look at this. Kind of a tropical Hawaiian theme going on over here. Yeah, very nice. Aloha. Definitely. Very nice. And this is a 72 Impala. I feel like I saw this car already. I think he was at the Turlock Swap Meet on May 7th. Yeah. A little patina. Hey, it's all original. You know, I can't fault somebody for leaving it original. 14,800. Well, it is an Impala. I'm not sure he's going to get that, but he'll try. And a Ranchero right over here. Beautiful Buick Riviera from the rear there. The artwork of car modeling was so unique and ornate back then compared to today's cars. Gotta really hand it to him. And this is mostly stock. Has the same speedometer cluster as my grandfather's old Buick LeSabre. A lot of the speedometer clusters, dash clusters were used in multiple models to save money, so they didn't retool on that. A little bit of pop-back headlights. Traditional orange motor. All right. I don't know if he was here the last time I passed by. Very nice. Traditional Stingray. Here's the nice period correct Challenger.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got over here.
My grandparents used to have a ranch, like the next door down from the ranch that we have. So I've been familiar with there as a little kid.
Beautiful. A wide angle shot of the whole facility. It goes on and on forever. This is a big plot of land here in Gulf for the flea market. These are the flea market grounds. They do a good job here. It's nice. All right, that's it. Okay, so we're done with the videos. Now we're off to the pictures with background music and narration. This is a 1963 Chrysler Imperial. About 2 hours later, and the fog's burned off, and here's a nice, beautiful Firebird. Okay, so I've mentioned this car in video, but I'll mention it again. It's worth mentioning. This is a 1972 Chevy Impala, and it's for sale. Okay, here's what I think is a 1963 Chevy Impala. I could be off a year either way, I don't know. I don't know my Impalas all too well, but it's for sale On a trailer, it's for sale. There are some things wrong with it, but the important thing is, if for somebody wanting to get into Impalas, their first project car, the price is pretty reasonable. Now here's the same Chevy Impala, but from the rear on the trailer, and if you look closely, you'll see that the backup light lenses are broken or missing, but I'm sure those are easily replaceable at a Chevy Impala restoration shop, that they can be sent out. Very popular car, so I'm sure there are plenty aftermarket parts such as that. And here's another car on a trailer, sitting next to the one I just filmed. This looks more like a mid to late 40s car, I'm guessing. I don't know for sure, but it looks like it's got spotlights of some sort, and that it's a matte finish, white, nice wide white walls. Great car for somebody who's looking for that. And here's the same car from the rear, very ornate tail light design. They were much more creative back then than they are now. Now, don't quote me on my data because I could be wrong, but I think this is a 1968, either a Challenger or a Charger. I can't tell the two apart. The paint's a little rough, but the important thing is that it's straight. Well, if you're into classic SUVs, boy, do I have a deal for you. Well, it might not be for sale, but it's raised, I think it's a Chevy of some sort. He's not only decorated or chromed up the suspension parts, but he's put in the new style digital LED headlights, and it looks really sharp. Well, I can now confirm it's a Chevy from the floor mats. I like the inverted style gauges, the black numerals on the white or silver background. Sharp car. He's put a lot of work into the interior, and it looks very clean as well. Okay, and this is the same SUV from the rear. I failed to mention this earlier, but I love the two-tone color. The white over the amber, or burnt sienna, if you want to call it that. And he's got a nice color-matching roll bar on the inside, and he's got a nice sound system in the far back. And here we have a 1957 Buick. I'm not sure the model, but it's got those Dagmeyers in front. I think that's what those are called, that kind of look like jet engines. And Old Glory is flying in the background, attached to his antenna, just to remind us that it's Memorial Day weekend and to remember those who made the ultimate sacrifice. This is the 1971 Cadillac Eldorado that was parked next to me. And not a very good picture of the whole car, but I was specifically taking a picture of the louvers in the trunk lid. I took a close look at the other side, and there are no holes on the opposite side, so I don't think those are actually functional to let air pass through. I am of the opinion that those are there for decoration. They were only there, I believe, through 1971 and in 1972, both for the DeVilles and the Eldorados. They got rid of those, but don't quote me on that. Best to ask an expert. You're probably better off not asking me why, but I'm fascinated by dashboards and instrument clusters on cars. Here's the 71 Eldorado again, and what I notice is Cadillac reused the same buttons and switch positions and speedometers across various years and models. This dashboard is identical to that on my 73 Coupe de Ville. Actually, a lot of automakers did this to save money so that factories wouldn't need to be retooled just to make separate clusters for each individual model. Here's a 1929 Ford that's been hot rodded or rat rodded, whatever they call that. It's looking pretty good. It is multiple colors going on over there. Maybe that's primer and he plans on repainting it to match the gold, or maybe he'll just leave it the way it is. The engine looks like he's worked on it and has chromed it out, and it looks good. And this isn't a terribly special picture. I just wanted a shot of both our cars from behind. You can see the tail light treatment on the Eldorado, beautifully sculptured, and of course the back of my car, you already know what that looks like. Oh, I absolutely love the Candy Apple Red on this car. I think he won an award for Best Paint, or one of those categories. Looks really nice. It's a 32 Ford of some sort, I think, but the paint is what... The engine looks good too. He even has matching red paint inside the intake manifold is color-coded to match it, and it's a good-looking car. So Kurt, the guy that parked next to me with the 71 Cadillac Eldorado, had one of those poster boards in front of his car talking about all the facts and figures related to it. I invite you to pause the video and read it for yourself. I'm not going to insult your intelligence by reading it to you line by line, but some of the stuff is fascinating. Check it out, Kurt's car. And here's a picture of me sitting in my seat and taking it all in. You know, I probably could have used more suntan block. We Irish come in 2 different flavors, white and red, nothing in between. And that guy coming up behind me looks like he's ready to kick my ass. I didn't actually see him, but there he is. And here's a final look at both of our cars before we left for the afternoon. My car in spot E37, his 1971 Cadillac Eldorado in spot number E38, next door neighbors. And we end with the Chevy Impalas. By now, people are coming up to the table to receive their awards, and other people have already left. These Impalas, some of them did win awards. They're all in the A row, parked against the fence. I guess that's how they wanted it, so that they were all together. And this is a picture of the one furthest to the right from the car's point of view. And then the next picture, which by the way is the final picture of the day, shows all the Impalas off to the far left. So that's it. That was the Galt Swap Meet and Car Show. Hope you enjoyed. I'm B3 Burner, John O'Flaherty. You have a nice day.